5 a.m. a standoff puts a neighborhood on edge. How long it took to get a SWAT team to finally get that suspect out of a home in Concord.
And we say goodbye to a legend, how people across the country are mourning the loss of Prince.
And a local lesbian couple is suing the state after they say they were discriminated against. We talked to them to find out what happened.
It is Friday, April 22nd, 2016. NBC Charlotte at 5 a.m. starts right now.
This is WCNC, NBC Charlotte Morning News.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We finally made it to the weekend. I'm Brooke Katz in for Carolyn Bruck.
And I'm Ben Thompson. It's Friday, so nothing can go wrong at this point, right? Just a few hours left till the weekend. Let's go ahead and turn it over to Larry Sprinkle. And Larry, we're getting some of the rain moving into the area, but it's not going to be as much as we really need to see.
Yeah, if we could get maybe an inch or 2 inches of rain, that'd be nice. We do have showers out there. First warned Doppler radar showing the heavier rainfall really is over towards Cleveland County around Shelby into the upstate of South Carolina. So if you have some travel plans this morning and you're heading south, headed maybe down towards the upstate, down towards Greenville or Spartanburg, that's where the heavier rain is at the moment. Looking back, you could see some showers west of here, anywhere from the upstate all the way into the foothills. Some areas of light to moderate rainfall. In the mountains today, temperatures in the low 60s. Showers and fog up there. Showers likely in the foothills to upper 60s to maybe around 70. And for the Piedmont, the upstate, the Charlotte area, areas of rain today will be in the low to mid 70s. So far so good as far as the weather. What about traffic this morning? Back over to Brooke Katz.
And right now things are actually looking pretty good out there. 501 if you're getting ready to hit the road. Things looking really good out near the state line. 77 near the Welcome Center and all around the metro area. Really looking pretty good. No accidents to report to you, but just a reminder, you're going to see some heavier traffic today on 85 and 29. We do have the 4 wide nationals going out at the ZMAX dragway, so be aware of that, but not seeing any delays right now. Those gates open at 9:30, so expect some heavier traffic through that area. Ben?
5:02 now. New developments this morning after a standoff in Concord finally ends overnight. That SWAT situation in the Sheffield Manor subdivision ended just before 1 o'clock this morning after that suspect came out. The standoff started around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. People there were told to stay in their homes and had to do so for hours. Concord PD was called in to help the U.S. Marshal's office. Police still investigating, though, this morning. They haven't told us what that warrant was originally for.
Later today, activists will join Democratic state leaders to call for a repeal of North Carolina's House Bill 2. Senator Joyce Waddell and Representative Kelly Alexander will speak during a news conference that is happening at 1:30 in front of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Government Center. They're going to specifically focus on what rights this law has taken away beyond points dealing with public bathrooms. And this all comes as a lesbian couple in Charlotte is joining the federal fight against that law.
That's right. NBC Charlotte's Rachel Roller joins us now live in Uptown this morning. And Rachel, the couple says they were discriminated against the day that law went into effect. So what exactly happened?
That's right, Ben. The couple is from Plaza Midwood. They tell us it's 2 women. They tell us that they were discriminated against the day HB 2 went into effect by a fertility clinic.
Beverly Newell and Kelly Trent are now part of a massive lawsuit against Governor Pat McCrory, saying HB 2 gives people the green light to discriminate against LGBT people.
I feel like it's an important piece to speak out against the bill. HB 2 is so harmful for the gay community and as well as others.
This after the couple claims a Charlotte fertility clinic canceled their appointment on March 23rd, the day HB 2 passed, because they are a same-sex couple.
She said it was due to the clinic not accepting single-sex couples. And I had not heard the verbiage single-sex couples, so I thought maybe she means that I'm single. And I said, well, we're married. And she said, yes, we're not accepting same-sex couples. We can't keep your appointment.
The clinic has previously said the appointment cancellation had nothing to do with the couple's sexuality.
Now, the owner of the fertility clinic, its Advanced Reproductive Concepts, has said these allegations are untruthful. However, we know advocacy groups filed suit against North Carolina right when HB 2 went into effect. Just yesterday, they added the couple on that suit as plaintiffs. So we'll wait and find out exactly what's going to happen next. For now, we're live in Uptown. Rachel Roller, NBC Charlotte.
Rachel, thank you. And another big question is what's going to happen to the NBA All-Star Game set to be in Charlotte next year?
The NBA's commissioner is now saying not only could the law put next year's All-Star Game in jeopardy, He's now saying it could affect the future of the Charlotte Hornets. That's right. Last week, Adam Silver said no decision had been made about whether to move the game from Charlotte because of the law. Well, now it seems like he's singing a different tune. During an interview with ESPN on the radio, Silver said he thinks it would be, quote, problematic for them to move forward with the game if there isn't some sort of change in the law. And fans say, you know what, they get it.
I think it's their duty to talk that way, and you've got to please the people that are disgruntled by, what has happened here, and hopefully we can move forward and people can forgive and forget.
As far as the Hornets go, that piece of it, Silver said that they need to keep an eye on the fact the NBA has one of their franchises here in the state, being the Hornets, and that makes this issue bigger than just the All-Star game. He did not say what, if anything, will happen if the law is not repealed.
5:05, turning to the race for the White House, another candidate getting in on the debate over House Bill 2, giving a response that has really shocked some people. Donald Trump is starting to make a move more towards the middle after winning big in New York.
But his Republican rivals aren't giving up. Same goes for the Democratic side, with Bernie Sanders vowing to stay in the race after losing the latest contest to Hillary Clinton.
As NBC's Tracy Potts shows us, front-runners team isn't a term that's stopping anyone.
Cruz and Kasich have no path to victory. It's over. It's over.
But Ted Cruz and John Kasich say they're going nowhere.
Everybody ought to focus on their own campaign. Don't worry about anybody else's.
Cruz is now pushing back at Donald Trump on North Carolina's bathroom law. Trump says it's okay for transgender people to use the bathroom of their choice.
That is correct.
Grown adult men, strangers, should not be alone in a bathroom with little girls.
Cruz in Indiana overnight.
We are going to spend a lot of time here in Indiana working to earn your votes.
Hoping to pick up support. Their primary is May 3rd. Hillary Clinton heads back to Pennsylvania today after another gun safety forum.
We just have too many guns in this country in the wrong hands.
In many cases, I am being attacked by the Clinton people very unfairly.
Bernie Sanders tells NBC he won't back off Clinton and still thinks he's the Democrats' best shot of winning in November. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
5:07 now, and right now authorities are investigating a crash on I-77 that led to a major backup last night. Take a look. This is what it looked like. Goodness. It happened at the Wilkinson-Moorhead exit there. We are still waiting to find out if anybody was hurt and what caused the crash. We'll keep making calls and let you know any new information as we get it.
This morning, 2 people are in the hospital recovering after a crash in Gastonia. Take a look at this photo. This was sent to us by the fire department there. Crews were called out to the crash on Main Avenue in Weldon last night. 2 people were taken to the hospital. We're told their injuries are not life-threatening.
A community is rallying behind a family after they lost their 11-year-old in a deadly car crash. It happened Wednesday night in Gastonia. Yesterday, classmates at North Belmont Elementary painted the Spirit Rock in the boy's honor. We now know no one was wearing a seatbelt at the time. Right now, police are warning people that this is a growing trend.
We've seen an increase from people not wearing their seatbelts, from about 20 fatalities last year this time up to about 38 fatalities that we've had so far this year, and just in this area.
And listen, troopers aren't the only ones saying this. Levine Children's Hospital says 34% of all car crash patients over the past few weeks were not wearing seatbelts.
5:08 in Union County, 2 people are behind bars facing a number of charges after 52 cars were broken into in the York County area. Officers say the suspects would search for unlocked cars and take things like electronics, spare change, and in some cases even guns. 18-year-old Samuel Probst and 19-year-old Russell Fincham IV are behind bars this morning, the 2 facing a total of 15 charges. And new information on stories comes in at all hours of the day. Remember, you can get updates sent straight to your phone. Just download the NBC Charlotte mobile app. It is free in your app store.
5:09 now. The world lost a legend yesterday, as you probably know, and this morning, people still grieving after Prince was found dead at his home in Minnesota at the age of 57. Prince sold more than 100 million records worldwide. His biggest hits include Little Red Corvette, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, and that's just the start of it. Now fans across the world taking time to remember the icon. Thousands of fans showed up outside Minneapolis' music venue, First Avenue, for an all-night dance party being held in Prince's honor. Some fans have said they are still in shock.
I think he was just a really beautiful individual, He's so creative and full of life that I have a really hard time understanding that he's dead.
I just started crying and screaming in the car going, no, it's not true, it's not true.
Many fans also taking to Twitter to express their grief. You see some of them here, including the president himself. He tweeted, "A strong spirit transcends rules," Prince once said, and nobody's spirit was stronger, bolder, or more creative. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to take you around Charlotte as people here in the Carolinas are finding different ways to come to terms with the loss of a legend.
5:10 now. Want to get back to your forecast. Grab the umbrella before you head out the door this morning. You're going to need it. Larry's tracking some rain. Much needed rain, we should say, Larry.
Got the rain out there. Yeah, we certainly do, with that rain deficit way over 4 inches below where we should be. You have some showers back to the west. A little bit heavier precipitation as you take Highway 74 over towards Cleveland County around Shelby, all the way into the upstate of South Carolina along Interstate 85. You folks live in Kings Mountain, about 516 over South Gastonia, 529, a little band of heavier precipitation. Once again, looking back to the west, you can see the showers out there, and the bulk of the heavy rainfall once again is west of Interstate 77 this morning. We're not expecting a lot of rainfall, but anything is going to help out. We're talking about maybe a quarter to half an inch at the most of rain for the entire region as we check your forecast temperatures today. Low 60s with showers and fog. In the mountains, we'll be in the upper 60s, maybe close to 70 in the foothills, Piedmont, the upstate, the Charlotte area. Areas of rain, low to mid 70s this afternoon. It's a bit cooler than the 80 we had yesterday. That's the weather word. Let's get a check on the commute. Here's Brooke.
5:11 right now, and things actually looking pretty good out there on the roadways. Not seeing any delays on I-77. This is the scene out near Tyvola. You can see traffic moving along there without any problems. In fact, a look at all the green on the screen. That means everything is moving up to speed. Drive times also looking pretty good this morning. 77 I-40 to 485, just about a 28-minute ride. And then if you're coming inbound on 85 from Kannapolis to I-77, your drive time there just 22 minutes. Ben?
Almost 5:12 now. Coming up, the picky eaters in your family might be giving you a hard time, but introducing them to new foods doesn't have to be so tough. Some of the new tricks you can try.
And a national pizza chain gets rid of a big ingredient. What's different in the new Papa John's pizza?
Plus, the things you can put in your home that will save you money and the environment on this Earth Day. You're watching NBC Charlotte.
This is WCNC NBC Charlotte Morning News.
Right now at 5:30, a federal investigation hits Kings Mountain. The massive amount of money one man is accused of not paying taxes on.
And people in the Queen City take the streets and the airwaves to remember an icon. What's planned to honor Prince?
Big business, tourists, musicians, all refusing to come to North Carolina over HB2. Could sports teams be next?
And we'd like to say good morning. You've made it to Friday. I'm Ben Thompson.
Finally Friday. I'm Brooke Katz in for Carolyn Bruck this morning. And of course, first of all, we want to talk about your forecast. Larry actually tracking some much needed rain. Hopefully, though, it'll be gone by the weekend.
I think so. I think it definitely will. We need the rain. We do have first warn Doppler radar showing showers out there this morning. Some light rainfall from around Arrowwood Road all the way down towards Carowinds and Lake Wiley. Some of the heavier precipitation is back anywhere from, say, up around Lincolnton up 321 over towards Cleveland County, around Shelby, Kings Mountain, down into South Carolina, around Blacksburg, all the way into the upstate along Interstate 85. You'll encounter some showers out there. Future cast, we take you through the morning. Bands of showers tracking across the area. This is around 11 o'clock this morning, a bit heavier from Salisbury to Albemarle, all the way down towards Lancaster County. As we get towards the afternoon, around 2 o'clock today, some scattered showers. There may be a stray thunderstorm around 5 today. The heavier rain tracks off to the east, and around 9, 10 o'clock tonight, the band of showers moves out of here. Temperatures today should be in the low to mid 70s. That's the weather word. Let's get a check on your commute this morning. Back over to Brooke Katz.
And it's early right now, but we already have a couple of issues out there on the roads. We do have an accident working down in the Lancaster area. This is Linwood Drive, right between Reeves Road and Ellison Circle, so watch out for that. And also reports of some debris on the road partially blocking the John Belk Freeway. This is around Church Street, but I'm not seeing any delays through there, so that's the good news with that. A live look outside, I-85 out near Sugar Creek Road, looking pretty good this morning. Still quiet on those roads. Ben?
Brooke, thanks. 5:31 right now, and the NBA All-Star Game once again in jeopardy this morning, and this time the NBA commissioner going even further, talking about the future of the Hornets in light of the state's controversial House Bill 2. NBC Charlotte's Rachel Roller joining us now live from Uptown this morning. And Rachel, why is the NBA commissioner bringing the Hornets into this argument now?
Well, Ben, we are just one day away from hosting the Heat in the playoffs, but all the buzz is over what the NBA commissioner is saying. Pretty much that HB2 better be repealed or else.
I think that we have gotten into a lot of mishaps because of this bill and threats of losing the All-Star game, losing tons of things, losing PayPal here. I mean, it's brought a lot of negative publicity to the city.
The big question, are we losing the All-Star game? Just last week, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said no decision has been made about whether to move the game from Charlotte because of the law. But his radio interview with ESPN Thursday sounded a whole lot different. Silver said he thinks it would be problematic for them to move forward with the game if there isn't a change in the law.
I think it's their duty to talk that way, and you've got to please the people that are disgruntled by, what has happened here, and hopefully we can move forward and people can forgive and forget.
Silver also said they need to keep an eye on the fact that the NBA has one of their franchises in the state, and that makes this issue bigger than just the All-Star game.
Now, the commissioner did not say what or if anything will happen to the Hornets if HB2 is not repealed, but he did point out that it's an issue. Now, I'll be tweeting about this issue all morning long. You can follow me on Twitter at Rachel Roller. For now, we're live in Uptown. Back to you.
If people had been ignoring this issue before, this certainly got their attention. Rachel, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
5:33, a lesbian couple in Charlotte is joining the federal lawsuit against House Bill 2. Beverly Newell and Kelly Trent say they were discriminated against the day the law went into effect. They say a Charlotte fertility clinic canceled their appointment because they're a same-sex couple. Now they're joining a massive lawsuit against Governor Pat McCrory, saying the law gives people the green light to discriminate.
I feel like it's an important piece to speak out against the bill. HB2 is so harmful for the gay community and as well as others.
And the clinic has said before the appointment being canceled had nothing to do with the couple's sexuality. And we are, of course, following all the developments and the controversy surrounding House Bill 2. You can always find more on our website, WCNC.com. 5:33 in this morning, a man in Kings Mountain facing federal charges after a team of FBI agents raided his home.
Ruben DeHaan, who is also known as the Medicine Man, is facing charges for failing to pay taxes on almost $3 million of income. The IRS says from 2008 to 2014, DeHaan earned almost $3 million through his natural medicine business. The complaint says DeHaan claimed he was a minister of Native American church, which means all his business earnings are donations, so he doesn't have to pay taxes. Only problem, after investigators looked into it, they found the church has zero Native American or religious recognition from the government. 5:34 now. Now to an update for you about a bank robbery case out of Gaston County. Police arrested one man after they say he walked inside the Wells Fargo on Park Street in Belmont with a weapon and then demanded money. This happened back on April 9th. Delonte Brooks now charged. You see him here. He's behind bars this morning with a $305,000 bond.
5:34, and in Northwest Charlotte, we are getting more information about a murder case from almost a year ago. Last June, a man was found shot in his car after he hit a utility pole on Russell's Ferry Road. Well, this week, police arrested 5 people in the case. Now, this man is joining them. Tevin Faulkner is now behind bars as well. He's facing both murder and robbery charges.
Today, a high school is giving their students a scare before they head off to prom. Students at East Lincoln High School will watch a demonstration where their classmates will stage a deadly crash on prom night. Then firefighters will show them what it takes to get people out of a crushed car with the jaws of life. North Lincoln High School had their demonstration yesterday. The whole goal to remind students of the consequences of drunk driving.
Some realtors in Charlotte switching up their roles and getting dirty in the process. Instead of selling houses, they're going to be building them today. They'll join Habitat for Humanity crews to mark the 8th annual Realtors Care Day. They're going to go working on 4 homes in Habitat Charlotte's critical home repair program. The work starts at 9 o'clock this morning and it runs through 4 o'clock this afternoon. One of Charlotte's finest is getting a promotion today. The fire department is promoting Lee Thompson to captain during a ceremony at department headquarters that starts at 9 o'clock this morning. 5:36, job seekers, listen up. 40 employers are going to be at a job fair prep session. This is in Rowan County later today. Some of them include FedEx, Novant, and the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. It all starts at 9 o'clock this morning and it goes on until noon.
5:36 now. Music fans in mourning. Legendary music icon Prince dead at the age of 57. Found in his home in Minnesota yesterday morning. And now fans all over the world and right here in Charlotte are remembering the man who meant so much to so many. NBC Charlotte Sarah Hagan shows us people here in Charlotte are handling their grief in a lot of different ways.
Sad day in pop music, but we definitely are remembering him here.
AJ and Ellie at Kiss 95.1 says Prince took over the Drive at 5 hour.
Today we definitely want to pay tribute to Prince, and actually when Kiss was first born as a radio station back in 1996, the first song we kicked off was Prince Kiss.
Prince was also remembered at a Live After 5 at the Epicenter.
It's iconic.
Here at Manifest Records, some disappointed fans after an already tragic news day.
I grew up off of Prince, man, so, I tried to make my way to Manifest to grab a few CDs, but that was all gone. I'd be the first thing again in the morning, though.
And Ramona Charlotte's 107.9 The Link. There's
also on the radio, Matt and Ramona on 107.9 The Link played Prince songs all evening long.
I asked people today, what was your favorite Prince song? And I got 50 different answers. Mine is a song called Adore, which was a song I remember slow dancing to in high school. Take a look at him as an entity, as a legend.
In Uptown, Sarah Hagan, NBC Charlotte.
Doesn't end there. Music Factory is going to have a tribute for Prince tonight. They're going to stay on top of all the latest developments surrounding his death throughout the day. You can bet there's more information that's going to be coming out about it, and we'll bring you that information as soon as we get it, both on air and online at WCNC.com. It was neat yesterday to be driving and hear all the radio stations playing his music. It was a nice sort of remembrance of him and the music that he left us.
I was in radio back when he first came out, and went to the show in 1981 here in Charlotte. It's called the Controversy Tour. You talking about outrageous, but it was an indication of things to come. And he's a brilliant man, and I think he's the most underrated guitar player in rock music history. To me, he's right next to Hendrix as far as that ability, beyond what everything else he did.
Just the impact that he's made on particularly even music today. You see it in all the new artists who are up and coming. So,
Sad loss. Yeah. It is. Weather-wise, we need rain. We've got a few showers out there. We'll show you first one Doppler radar. You can see the heavier rain really is west of Charlotte. It's stretching all the way from, say, Gaston County, all the way to the upstate of South Carolina. One band of light rainfall over towards Arrowwood Road, around Pineville, some showers there. But once again, the heavy rain is west of here. You can see the showers are tracking in our direction. So be aware, rain is on the way. Much needed rain on the way to the region. Temperature-wise, will be in the low to mid-70s with a few scattered showers, maybe a stray thunderstorm or two, but for the most part, rain and cooler temperatures today. That's the weather. Let's get a check on the commute this morning. Back over to Brooke Cass.
And just a heads up for you, a reminder, you're going to see some heavier traffic today on 85 and out on 29 as well. We have a big event going on out at ZMAX, so expect that. The gates open there around 9:30 this morning, so you'll be seeing those heavier traffic flows. Right now, things looking pretty good, though. If you're up around the Cornelius area, coming in on 77 through Huntersville, no delays for you there. In fact, drive times right up to speed, 77 from I-40 to 485, just about a 28-minute ride. And then if you're coming inbound on 85 out of Kannapolis to I-77, in the clear there, just a 21-minute drive time. Ben?
5:40 on the dot right now. Panthers management now speaking out about the decision to cut ties with star corner Josh Norman. Both the general manager Dave Gettleman and head coach Ron Rivera said yesterday Carolina is moving in just a different direction. This after they couldn't come to a deal on long-term agreement with the Pro Bowler. They say it was definitely a tough move to make, but you know what? They are standing by their decision.
We want people that want to be, that are all in. And it was the message, the message to our guys is they're adults, they're professionals, and they're going to understand this.
We've got some guys that have some game experience that have played for us last season that did some nice things. And again, it does create a little bit of a hole, but, it's our job to go out as coaches, find that next guy, and get him ready to play.
And turning to the Hornets, they're finding themselves with their backs against the wall as they get ready for Game 3 against Miami. The Hornets going into Saturday's game down 0-2 in the series, but they're hoping to get back some momentum. Head coach Steve Clifford said their offense has been good enough to win. Now they just need to work on the defense.
Coming up, the wildfire keeps on burning while people in one part of North Carolina are on alert this morning.
And another shocking statement from Donald Trump, but not for the reason you might think. What he had to say about North Carolina's House Bill 2.
And Uber is paying up hundreds of millions to settle a lawsuit, but they're actually happy with the outcome. We'll tell you why next.